reviews, live and unapologetic. New episodes every Thursday at 8 at vvclife.com.
This episode is brought to you by our Patreon members. Sign up right now, patreon.com/VVClife. And thank you to all of the patrons that have already signed up and are supporting us right now.
No ticket.
Nothing pisses me off more than people. What kind of job do I got? Nobody pays me.
What if I make this right with some baseball memorabilia? Guys, I've got Babe Ruth's autopsy report.
I'm going to tell you something I never told a client ever. You shouldn't bet on sports.
We are back. You know, I'm going to tell you something I've never told you.
That's how you know you're doing bad, because that's how he make a living. He needs you to be betting. He's like, yo, you shouldn't bet, bro.
I'm going to have to kill your ass, and I'm not going to feel no kind of way about it. All right, we back. Real reviews. Obviously anticipated. Shout out to Danielle that was in the chat before the show started.
Word.
Shout out to everybody that's been tuning in, supporting. Please continue to show us love and support. Follow these beautiful and wonderful people here. Eddie Lingo for Movie Lingo. Irresistible Bites _ Iris. Get all of your dots and commas together when you're dealing with her. You know what I'm saying? And of course, everybody's got to love a janitor. So look, the Bookie just dropped 2 episodes back to back. Why? I don't understand. Maybe they was just like, you know, hey, load up before Christmas because we're going on vacation. Maybe they didn't think somebody was going to be around to push the button. I don't know, to drop it. Or I don't know. This is such a weird thing. But what I will say is I am happy they did. It was something good to watch. So we don't need to get into initial impressions. We did that last episode. So my question to you, Eddie, is can you give me your highs and lows of these last 2 episodes? And spoiler, is this spoilery, or are we just keeping it?
We're gonna try not to spoil for those who still not sure if they're gonna watch it or not. That may be tuning in. We're gonna try not to spoil.
Gotcha. Go right ahead, buddy.
All right. So highs for me was that the one that they dropped 2 episodes. I feel like this show, with the way it's paced and the way the story is being told, it's not strong enough to keep people on there week to week. You gotta give them a little bit more to keep them drawn in. And I'm glad that they decided to go with 2 instead of, you know, going back to one single episode. For me, I thought I was amused all the way through it. And I know I just said I was about to start spoiling. I just had to catch myself. But I felt like, even though Danielle feels like this show is horrible, for myself, I feel like I'm really sympathetic to the fact that these guys really are just not gonna be good at this. So I just, whenever stuff takes a left turn or there's a new negative development, I'm amused by it because I'm anticipating it, and it's not really bothering me, you know. So I actually thought that this show showed us a different side of things as far as what's going on in their personal life and how much the business is really impacted by. I mean, we knew that already from the first couple episodes when his mom was saying where she used to live versus now, and then we saw the baby mama payments, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you see how much she was giving, we're like, why isn't, you know, things going better for them? But then you see the decisions that they make when they be haphazarded, jumping into stuff, you know, and then they gotta bring stuff back. That's a factor. And now I'm getting to my lows. My lows, without spoiling, is this new problem that they have, in my opinion, is not a legit problem. And it's kind of the way that they supposedly think that they resolved it. I thought that was really weak. It was more annoying because, you know, this hasn't been established as some type of mob affiliation outfit type. It just looks like 2 guys that's out there in Cali doing their thing as bookies, but not really mob affiliated, even though they tried to bring that in with some of the elements of this episode. But it still didn't seem like it was any like real true structure. So when this guy comes around trying to collect, and I'm still trying not to spoil, I was really annoyed. This part of the story bothered me. I'm glad that they nipped it in the bud when they did, because I probably would have been wanting to call it quits after that. So that's a low that I got. And to Danielle's comments about Sebastian's acting, I actually felt that about both of the lead characters, and I don't know what it is about them, but it seems like they're both forgetting their cues and they're kind of like feeding off each other, but it's not enough to make me not want to watch the show. I mean, I've just accepted it as it is for what it is.
Okay, great. Let me jump back in. Oh Lord. All right, we made comments about this young lady, and we haven't played her. I mean, we haven't showed you her comments, so that way when people be like, "Who is Danielle? Why are we talking about that?" Because that's Iris. That's not Danielle. Down there.
My bad. I forgot to specify. You're right.
And let us elevate the queen to the top. There you go. Yeah, that's Iris. So, all right, this young lady before the show, one of our viewers, she wrote, "The Bookie is incredibly horrible. Please rip this show to shreds and tell it like it is. Be the Sebastian of truth." Sebastian's acting is so bad. It's embarrassing. He always looks like he's trying to remember his lines. Probably is. Number 2, I'm out and give up on this painful to watch show. And the she said is, "I'm looking forward to you guys' in-depth review. Always entertaining. Thanks, fellas." Thank you, Danielle. Iris, can you don't have to respond to her, but before we press play, it seemed like you had some dismay about this show. So please take it away.
Well, one thing I do have to agree with, one of my biggest lows for the show, is Danielle is right. Like, their acting, I feel like they are playing off each other, like Eddie had stated. But it's like I feel like they get lost, and they're like, "Oh wait, what was I supposed to say? Oh, that's right. Now it's your turn to go. Go." Like, that's how their back and forth is, and and I just it can get annoying. That's like, coño, I hate to hear you talk. Like, it's annoying as shit.
Ooh.
But some of my highs is like their characters that they're playing are just so dumb that it's like they just squeak by, like and it's amazing how all of their horrible choices lead to like these miracles that they end up winning in the end, just very slightly. Um, so yes, I do agree with Danielle. The acting is like horrendous, but I don't know. It like Eddie was stating, it is what it is. Like, I think what really makes it kind of entertaining with me is their stupidity and how they handle things. And for some reason, their stupidity draws me in because it's like, oh my god, they're so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give you some hand claps for that. So, in closing, I'm bringing up the rear here. The show obviously is good because it brings out such different opinions in individuals. Will I say that the acting is bad? No, because it doesn't make my skin crawl. If y'all think that's bad acting, go over to Tubi and press play. You'll see some bad acting. Okay, yeah. If you want to see some people chew up some scenery, Jesus Christ, like, because them scenes don't never end. Like, you'll be like, oh God, Jesus Christ, like. So, like, will I say that they're the greatest actors of all time, and this is going to become something for the books? Like, you know what I mean? That thousands of years from now, people are going to look at this show and go, "This is a measure of how great film was back in the day." No, of course not. Do I look at this as just something to fill up a weekend when I don't have something to do? I'm sitting in the house, I'm kicking it. It's something that it's to me, it's not too dark, but it's not too happy-go-lucky. You know what I mean? I love these balanced kind of shows because I get a little bit of dark, but I also get a good laugh out of every episode. And if y'all haven't noticed, HBO makes kind of like the same type of stuff. It's like they found a sweet spot in a certain type of show, and then like so you got Entourage, you got Bookie, you got all of the Issa Rae joints. It's like they have this formula that they tell a certain group of their creatives, all right, I need this. And they create it and they kind of go with it. Now, if I wanted to get more specific into the last 2 episodes, I will have to concur with Eddie. I was very pissed off because these 2 I can't give away details. There is an element in the last episode that makes you want to smack the shit. Because my whole thing is take a baseball bat. That's all. I was like, a simple solution, but I understand. A tragedy happened. There's a connection between the bad guy and the good guys, and there's a familial connection. So you kind of want to go, all right, man. Like, I'm not trying to go off on this goofball, but you talking about the difference between being able to buy a house and not, bruh, that's too much money to just be, I'm just going to just give this, whatever. Like, now, as far as the episode before, didn't like it. Nope. Only because we gotta get I feel like they have certain people that they don't have in check. And they constantly are having to deal with people coming in and messing up their program over minute stuff that's just like, get out of my face, bro. Like, seriously, like, somebody gotta catch a bullet at some point to get these people in line. I don't care. Like, even if I hire outside resources and say, look, break a couple legs, break a couple fingers to get these people up out my face and let people know I'm not a game to play with. And I feel like this show is too filled with people taking advantage of I think people on the outside are taking advantage of 2 nice guys that are just doing something illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, these 2 goofballs are just trying to make a living, but like the type of fear that they would need to instill to maintain order, they just not getting to that point. Now, what makes it interesting is that it opens up this really wide space for them to go to that space, but go too far, or try to institute some new level of, hey man, we got to get it together. And that's when I feel like we can get to a deeper space. But if we're going to keep continuing for every episode to keep falling into these very idiotic, shallow problems, that are kind of loosely linked together, I feel like that's what's going to make me want to not watch the show anymore. You know what I mean? Or it's going to make me lose respect for the show. And go, bro, like, you had an opportunity to really build something here. And you kind of like, even down to the whole, you got that whole Spanish angle that they started building up off of. You're not even developing that anymore. It's like they developed some cool little things. Like the sister component, I feel like that's a good burgeoning element. Not necessarily just so you could play it up for the sister to go to jail, but it's something that could be really developed into something interesting. You know what I'm saying? Season 2, season 3, if she decides to take it seriously. But I got a feeling that they don't really care that much. And honestly, I feel like that's a problem. I don't feel like I know where they're trying to go.
Yeah. If I could just add, like, I feel like with this show, with how it's playing out, they have an opportunity to make it great, especially with character development. Like, hey, you see your dumb shit and how soft you are right now. I would like to see maybe it take throw a little bit of darkness into it, that they get to the point that they're fed up and they see how their characters progress, and maybe they start laying down a little bit of law, because right now they're a bunch of bitches and it's really not. I don't see the show progressing into anything more if they keep it like with this moronic slapstick kind of comedy, with them trying to do what they're trying to do.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. All right, so let's kind of get into where are we in this point. Y'all know we review stuff. We got to put our opinions out there.
Yeah.
So these last two episodes, what are we doing with it? Are we doing a classic good watch, catch it on streaming, not doing it for me?
Oh hell no!
Or All right. So what we got going up? So let's go to Iris first, ma'am. What is your rating?
At this time, I'm gonna say catch it on streaming because I do want to see how it changes and what it may progress to. So it's not the greatest yet, but it got hopes to be that.
You got hope, guys. Get it
I got
together.
hope. Come
That's all
on.
you have. That's all you have is hope. All right, Eddie, where you going with it?
I'm with catching on streaming. I agree with both of you guys as far as it. There needs to be a little more darkness, or they need to do better at earning their respect. But I honestly feel like this is the show, and they're just gonna keep finding weird, quirky ways to keep moving forward. I don't think we're gonna ever get what we want out of it, and I mean that's why I say what show it is what it is, because I feel like we're reacting as how we would handle it or want to see it handled. But I think what we're getting from these two guys is what we're gonna get in order to keep watching and just see how they end up successful or or not as if we continue to watch.
Agreed. I'm gonna co-sign with you and say definitely want to do catch it on streaming. It's borderline on not doing it for me. If I'm gonna give it another episode, but to be honest with you, if we weren't reviewing it, I'd probably like not watch the rest of the season and maybe pick it up a few months from now and then binge the whole thing. And you know what I mean? That's literally how I'm
Absolutely.
feeling right now. This is not must see television for me right now. This is
Right.
just kind of like, all right, bro, we got a job to do. All right, come on, let's get it. Whoop. All right, there we go. All right, guys, don't put me to sleep. So and I hope that and I'm always open to say every show needs time to expand. It needs time to bring you in. Sometimes we're just doing a setup. This whole season could be just set up to something phenomenal. Like they might get into the app wars and then become major players or whatever. But once again, they haven't shown me enough intelligence between the two main characters that they have the savvy to pull something like that off. Not saying now, what I will say is I'm impressed by the lead guy being organized enough to have an accountant, being organized enough to have an office, put everybody on payroll. Like, all right, I'm giving him the credit for even him. I'm gonna give away a little small. There was just a scene when they're talking about tax write-offs, and he's rattling off. I mean, haphazardly. I mean, I've been in some accounting meetings before, and people have said some stupid ass shit, but he ain't wrong. He just didn't word it right. Like there was just certain stuff where the guy had to come in and be like, "No, nigga, if you say it like this, oh yeah." So it's like, okay, he's got some intelligence and he's got a few things worked out. Just trying to figure out the rest. So like, I'm hoping that we can maybe these seasons can be education for him and he become a stronger character, through his journey. But I don't see this show being that. Go ahead, Eddie.
Let me tell you what it's going to take. It's probably going to have to be another character that's introduced, maybe a family member that's doing the same business in Florida. He comes and he's got that hard edge, and then the jealousy of him being more successful in a short amount of time is going to make them elevate their game to become darker and be taken more seriously. It's definitely the way they're establishing the characters now. It's going to be hard to believe that they could ever really get there. It's going to really have to take another character on the outside to motivate them.
Mhm.
Right. 1000%. So, all right, last question, and then we moving on to our next review. Who is your MVP character right now? Your most beloved character, and then who's the character you hate the most? Let's start with Iris.
Out of all the characters, I'd have to say I like Anthony, the son.
Wait a minute, the little kid that's on the couch. Are you see that?
Because he has his short little scenes here and there, and he just has this I don't give a shit
Literally,
attitude.
because
Like,
he's a kid that don't know nothing about what's going on right now. So he's
yeah.
so oblivious to everything.
And I feel like he's the realest shit on the show right now. Oblivious to everything and don't give a shit.
Oh, that's so sad. All right, and what's your most hated character? Are you gonna say your guy?
No, I can't really say Sebastian. I'd have to say my most hated character is the wife.
Really?
Like, yeah, she gets on my fucking nerves. I don't know if it's just I don't know. She's just
It's,
ugh.
it's great acting. Like that's how Italian women can be. And
It's
my mom. So like
I have
yeah.
the thing is I have Italian in my family as well,
Mm-hmm.
and they are not like that. So it's I don't know what it is. It's just her. It's just her.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No, I'm dead ass. I have it, Italians from New York. That is, I have that in my family. Married into my family, but a part of the family. And like her character, I just like want to punch her in the throat sometimes.
Man, welcome to manhood. So anyway,
Yeah.
Eddie, all right, most beloved character and most hated character.
All right, most beloved for me is definitely Hector, the guy who's bringing in that soccer money, and every time they show him, he's a little bit more dedicated and doing a little bit more, and I feel like he's also going to be. He's actually going to have a bigger, stronger role or more impact on their success going forward. As I said when we reviewed the first few episodes, I was on the same side with Iris because it's one, with the wife, because I hate that she knows what he does and again gives him so much shit. It's one thing if he's lying to her, she don't really know what's going on, but she knows the game and she still gives him so much shit. But that's not my most hated. My it was at first. It was at first, but my most hated actually is the sister.
That's my second.
Okay, and I try not to spoil, but the way they out there just I know they're not selling anything, so they're not breaking any laws, but the dosage when she's talking about it, you could tell she has no idea what the math is, and she's out there just giving people reckless amount, and it's driving me crazy. And when she's chasing that woman down the street, sorry, spoiler, I'm like, at some point you got to be like, wait a minute, maybe we should reevaluate how we execute this. And she is going to bring them so much more unnecessary trouble by getting the wrong person who's attached to somebody, messed up, and it's gonna be a mess. So she's my most hated right now.
I would say my most beloved character is the main character, the lead. I totally disagree with you guys' hatred of the acting talent. I think he's always sucked, and I think that's the baseline of who he is as a person in general. And I feel like that's what got him the job. Like, that is the characteristic that makes this whole show function the way it should function. So, I think it's very rare that your retardation becomes your asset. And that's what makes this show work, in my opinion. Like, the fact that you're cognizant enough and smart enough to be a certain thing, but you got a whole retard side and they don't never connect, but they take over at certain times, and it's weird. And I just like that. The thing that I hate the most is the black dude's mom. I feel like she's another person that knows everything inside and out, is just nagging and, like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like being a black mom. And it just gets on my nerves sometimes because it's a little triggering, you know what I mean? Because you'd be like, come on, man, this thing is trying his best. God damn it, he paying your damn bills. Like, just relax, like, you know what I'm saying? Golly, nothing's perfect, my G. Like, you know what I mean? It's one thing if you had rolled us out here in a Bentley and I just crashed it and we ended up homeless, but god damn it, you was broke and I did the best I could with what I had. Let the man, live his life, man. So anyway. But I guess that's moms always pushing sons to be better. Yay. Anything else we want to throw out there before we move to our next review?
No, but I think we should save the best for last, and let's move on to rap shit if you don't mind.
Motherfucker. I done fucking set up Reacher. I'm all ready to do Reacher and shit now.
Hey, we can do Reacher if you got it set up ready to go. I just feel like that's gonna be the better conversation.
Nah, that's gonna be a fast little turn up. All right, so let's get to Reacher season 2, episodes 20, 1 through 20. Like shit, mad episodes. Let's go.
You've been carjacked, right? Don't turn around. This won't take long.
Wait, who are you?
Someone who prefers not getting involved.
You refer to the special.
I'm sorry, I gotta pause this real quick. I would just like to say this is that opening scene is a great defining moment. Like if you haven't watched Reacher and you're coming in on season 2, episode 1, like that one little short scene defines who he is and what he is about without him having to say shit. Like everything. Like, yo, it's just it is very rare you get to see great direction like that. You know, shout out to them. Let's get back to the trailer.
Special investigators, that's your team, your soldiers, even your friends.
You do not mess with the special investigators!
And now they're all in trouble.
They were tortured. They dumped them from a helicopter. And they're coming after us. Good.
Damn, Reacher. When we were kids, we just wrote our names in.
Why'd you get
Come on now, Reacher, man, Reacher. Come on, Eddie, you take over, man. Run the show, man. Let me kick it and talk trash, man.
All right, so do we want to do initial impressions, or are we just going highs and lows?
I don't know. Iris, what do you think? Should we do initial impressions, or should we just go right into the highs and lows?
Right into the highs and lows.
All right, look at this. She can't wait.
Oh, God. And when he took his shirt off, you want to go ahead and get it on. I know you're ready.
Ready. Okay. I honestly, to be honest with you, I didn't really have any lows. I really didn't. Like, I liked how the opening of it, I love that it got straight to like some kick-assness. I really enjoyed it. I was like at the edge of my seat. With everything, like not in like, oh my God, what's gonna happen next? More of a like, oh yes, get it, yes, whip his ass. Like that's how I was like the whole time. Now, of course, when he takes off a shirt to like fix a cut, you know, that's just a plus. It's just a plus.
Yeah. Anything else? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'll let somebody else go next.
All right. So
yeah, so definitely highs is just Reacher. That, you know, just saying that alone is definitely high. I like that they dropped as many episodes as did, but honestly, this show is written so well that they could have just dropped one and I would have still been pleased, because basically the first episode did a good job of reintroducing you for those who may be just jumping on the bandwagon. It's still establishing who he is, and then it's also started to give you a little insight on the 1/10. And that's another high that I have is like everybody around him, even though they may not be as elite as he is, they still have a great deal to offer. They're still very sharp. Whatever they're good at contributes. And I love to see stuff like that. I love writing like that. Each one of these episodes was just, in my opinion, just kept elevating the bar. And I love how once they finally got to a point of figuring out, well, not really figuring out exactly who they're dealing with, but realizing what direction they need to be headed in. I felt like we kind of like we snubbed one little subplot, which is good, because I didn't want that with these guys that were following to be this thing for the entire season, and then there'd be a big showdown. So I like how we basically close this one chapter within the first 3 episodes, and now we're about to head to the next level, and I'm sure the bar is going to be elevated. As far as any lows, my only low is that I just couldn't keep watching. I mean, I loved every single episode, and like I said, every single character was phenomenal.
All right, man. Thank you guys. You know, I'm a huge Reacher fan. I thought season 1 was beautiful. If the only thing I have to compare this great show to is itself. After watching season 1 and going into season 2, the thing that I loved the most out of season 1 was that it was a murder mystery. And even though we're getting murder mystery in season 2, I feel like it's a more complex story. I think that they're doing a great job of bringing us in and rolling out the story. But I felt like the reason why they gave us the 3 episodes is because the first episode was a little devoid of the things that would grab me and bring me completely in. There was some action. It wasn't a lot of it. But I honestly, in my opinion, felt like I needed those 3 so that I could be completely on board with the journey. Not to say that the show isn't great, not to say I didn't really enjoy what I watched, but I feel like the first season did a way better job. Season 1, episode 1, establishing the character, establishing the storyline, and like strapping you in and then like launching you off. Whereas I think this one took a little bit more time to set up because there are so many more main characters. There's a in the season 1, episode 1, there's one guy you're focused on. Even though he's engaging in a world around him, the focus was on him, not on these other people. These other people were brought and unfolded over time through the episodes. Whereas this is like, we're dropping you into a scenario where you got your main character, but he's really not the main character. He's just a lead in an ensemble cast. So they're like spending so much time trying to establish the value of the group, establish each character, and I felt like that just took a little bit longer. Is that a bad thing? Not necessarily, but if you are the type of person with a shortest attention span, you're probably gonna like watch an episode, maybe go and do something, and then you'll come back. And then by the time you get to the third one, you'll be like salivating like we are for everything that comes after. The last thing is I love how it hit all the beats is necessary, like the shirtless thing, the sex scene, him being really, really ferocious as an controlled aggressive aggressor, meaning that he'll whoop your fucking ass, but he's not out of control when he gets upset. He's never out of control ever at all, and he shows stoicism and leadership in every scenario. The true definition of a man's man. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I love the backstory. I love hearing the other characters describe him, and even them still having questions all these years later about, well, were you really close to him? And how did you get your relationship to the way you were? It's like he's still such a mystery to the people that supposedly know him best. And I really feel like that's such a hugely interesting nuance, is that like this man, as much time as these people have spent with him, he's still a mystery to a certain extent. One small little slip is that his decision to live the lifestyle that he lives, they still haven't gotten into it. Like, it's so, I'm an all-American, but I don't really feel like they've done, and I hope they do that in this season, is to explaining why he's in this space and why he's so committed to this lifestyle. Not talking about fighting for justice. I get that. But why this particular thing, and I'm trying not to give anything important away. So, does that make sense, or am I just talking crazy right now?
Well, I think he did answer that question when they were sitting in the suite talking together.
Some bullshit. That little 4 lines.
I mean, it basically answered all of your questions, though. He said that the corporate life and the military life felt like a cage. So he's out there just being a nomad, free as a bird, dealing with whatever life throws at him as he goes. That pretty much is, you asked for the mentality, he gave it to you.
And this is what America is really about.
Sowing them wild oats.
Oh God!
No matter where he goes, pass through Fort Lauderdale, please. Pass through Fort Lauderdale.
You're like, yo, just we gotta toss some water on those fires, man. Like, oh. All right. See, girl, you got me for Klimt. All right, so let's get into all right. You know what? Let's do this. Best and worst character. Your personal pick.
Okay. All right. So I mean, I can't help it. Right now, there's nobody better than Richo. I can't. In my opinion, I love, like I said, I love the other characters and how they're building them up, and I love what they contribute, and that's what makes the show exciting for me, is all this level of intelligence. I'm just like, yes, I'm feeding off it. But for me, the most hated character would have to be our NYPD police officer. The
other Italian guy.
Yeah. I felt like
he does a lot of talking, knowing what only because the situation is tame. Like I I really wish somebody would write it where they would just go ahead, cut loose, and get that out of their system, and then find a way to work together after. Because I feel like he's talking because he knows it's not going to go there. That's one of my biggest pet peeves in life. It's why I've been fired from 4 call centers, because people over the phone feel safe to talk to you any kind of way. But I have your address here right in front of me, so why don't you keep that energy when I show up to your face? And then of course I got fired. So that was the trigger for me. For him to talk the way he does while he's handcuffed, talk the way he does when he knows it's not going to escalate. I want to see if he brings that energy when we're full on ready to go. That's why he's my most hated.
He did. He took the handcuffs off.
And what did he do?
And he leaned on his ass when they got to that. He
got this close. He got this close, and to reach your face. I mean,
that ain't enough for me.
Cowboy jets.
That ain't enough for me.
Just looked at him like Reacher didn't even break a facial expression, because I would have been like, "Are you awake, nigga? Are you still here? Did you just hear what I said? I just spit on your nose by mistake. My bad."
I don't want him to be like, say it one more time. That's how you know somebody really don't want to do something. If I want you, I'm not going to be like, say it again. I'm letting you know you're about to get it now. I don't care if you say it again or not. And that's the energy I want. I'm sorry.
Would you really want to fight Reacher? Like that's really the real
question. Well, yeah. I mean, realistically, that's what I'm saying though. Like nobody wants that smoke, and I'm mad that he kept acting like he did, but he didn't.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Iris, favorite character and most hated character.
Of course, Reacher is my most favorite character.
Really?
There is no denying that.
So I would have never guessed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have nothing more to add. Favorite character, that's it. It is what it is.
Characters represented, what I'm saying, women to the point where you were just like, yo, I see myself in her.
No, it's Reacher. I mean, if you're asking me, do I see myself in Dixon because she wants Reacher? Then yes. Then yes, there is a relatable connection there. But other than that, no.
Okay.
Nothing else whatsoever.
I hate the fact that we all agree that Reacher is the best. It truly irritates the shit out of me, because I've been racking my brain to pick any other person that I would enjoy on screen more than Reacher. But I have to agree, that guy, it nails that character so much, bro. It is so much better than Tom Cruise. Woo!
Yes, anyway. Worlds apart.
Tom, I love you, Tom. Pause. So I would say my most hated character right now is the Big Bad. The Big Bad, I don't like him because it's excessive. Like he does some excessive shit, and then and you're supposed to be the big bad, and then still have so much information about this one person, and then you say you're a part of this thing, and then you do no research into the but you're the big bad with all of these resources. All it takes is, yo, I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to do something to this guy. Let's figure out a 3-dimensional understanding of what's going on, because depending upon what I do to this guy, we need to understand what's going to happen as a result. I'm not a big bad, and I would have done that. Like, yo, let's make sure I don't want this nigga mama coming around or whatever, because that's more collateral. It seems like, as smart as this show is, and as much how intricate they're trying to make this all be, there's still these basic level mistakes that are going, if you guys are this smart, these mistakes wouldn't be happening. So that's what makes me annoyed at the Big Bad. In addition to the part where when he got on the phone, when Reacher called him and he tried to talk, it just didn't work. And then he hung the phone up. He was clearly scared. Yeah. And then hung the phone up, and his face said, I need to change my pants. And he changed, really do nothing for real. Like I was like, you're not even a big bad when a nigga sung you on the first call, bro. He sung you on the first call. That's not big bad. You just went from big bad to all right bad. You're not even big bad no more. Like, so anyway, he got on my worst list because of just some basic mistakes that I feel like if you are a certified big bad, you wouldn't make those mistakes. So and it's got me thinking that maybe he's not the big bad. He might be the middle bad to the big bad.
Hopefully.
So, but that gives us enough stuff to really roll off of. I mean, I could nitpick if I wanted to, but there's no point. I mean, we're all on a fun ride.
Right.
I think they're doing a really good job. Yo, the cinematography is crazy. This is movie level shit, man. They shoot the hell out of this. Great angles, great lighting. I mean, like the dialogue is great. The editing is great. It's nice and tight. They're not wasting too much. They're not over telling the story. It's like everything is interwoven really tightly, and I'm happy about that. So like I'm definitely looking forward. Is there anything that I am missing?
Iris, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you been a fan of our guy that's playing Reacher since his auditions on American Idol back in the day?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. What? Oh, I loved him in Blue Mountain State. What?
Oh, okay.
That was my shit. I like that he was in Smallville. I hate that they recasted him because I was like, he was perfectly fine. And just in case, for if you guys don't remember, he was Aquaman in Smallville. So I have been a fan of Alan Richardson. I do apologize if I'm. Is it Richardson? It's just
Richardson. Alan Richardson.
Richardson. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just have been a fan of his gorgeousness for a very long time.
So the fact that he can sing and he's gorgeous, that's just the.
Well, it's not even just that. It's just that, back in the day, to be an actor or an actress, you needed to know how to sing and dance and act. And the fact that he kind of is the full package, kind of. I would say his dancing is a little stumpy, but he does his thing. But and he's gorgeous, and and he's like really big with his wife and his kids, and it's just all around package. It's just like,
all right.
Yeah.
Yes, what is focus on the word package? What? All right, so I had cut you off. What you was gonna say before I cut you off, Iris?
Just one little snippet that I noticed. I really, really loved the whole Sarah Connor. Who's Sarah Connor? I don't know who that is. That was my shit. That was my shit right there. I was like, yes.
Yeah, T1000 know exactly who Sarah Connor is.
Yes, like exactly who Sarah Connor is. And my mom was like, "What's he talking about?" I was like, "Ma, Terminator 2. Who's the bad guy? Come on."
That's funny. I've always called him T1000 all these years. I don't even know his name as an actor. Whenever I see him, I'm like, "Oh, it's T1000."
I don't know his name either.
Let me look it up.
All are horrible people, man.
That is T1000. That's
Robert Patrick. Robert Patrick is T1000 in Terminator 2.
A very accomplished actor.
Yes, he is. I've seen him in a lot of stuff, but he's always been T1000.
I pray if I meet him in person, I pray I got my mind right, because I'm gonna shake his hand and be like, T1000.
I don't even feel like he would have emotion about it at this point. I feel like, all right, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yes.
So, y'all ready for the next?
Ready.
All right. What you've all been waiting for. What you've taken time out of your busy schedules to tune in for. Rap shit.
Walk into that label, get $1 million deal.
Hey, I brought some bad bitches from the 305 with me.
It's baked and ready to come out the oven. Okay, ding.
Baby, right back in it, right back in it. I heard the West needed a little rain. Grip, grip.
I know the shit with Raina is a lot.
Let's make an Oreo.
Bitch, you're stupid. It's really stupid.
It's 3 bad bitches.
No, it's 2 bad bitches and an old bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
Damn. Okay, he right back in it like it's cracked. Cause once you fuck with rain, you ain't never going back.
I'm the one that can help.
season 2, episode what? 6?
6. Yeah, we got 3 more to go.
Already. I want
And
Iris. Go ahead.
I think because we're so deep, we should be able to speak freely. Spoilers. If you haven't seen the show by now, get off this. Go back and watch. I think we need to be able to speak freely about this show at this point. There's only 3 episodes left.
I got. I want Iris to start because she was not here previously so I would love to hear her opinions of 1 through 5. So go ahead, Iris, take it away.
Okay, so because you guys got me on this shit, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I'll watch this. From the very first episode, I was like, oh my god. Like, I mean, just like from the drama to the intimacies that happen, I was like, I need me a glass of cold water. What's going on?
Yes.
Just like, oh my goodness, like what's going on? The hot and botheredness throughout the whole first season to this season. I was like, Jesus Lord. So I very much enjoyed it, the whole show. I do have my quips about it. I'd have to say that my biggest low, just in general, and I guess the show is what it is, because it's meant to show this side of life, like people who grow up like in the hood, and you got to do what you got to do to take care of your kids and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just, I guess me as a mom, there's just certain things I will not do because I want my daughter to see better. I want to be that role model for my daughter. But the wholeness is just too much. It's just too much for me sometimes. And I'm just like, can't you put some clothes on? Why you got to behave like that? Don't talk about stuff like that in front of your kid. Like, be better. You want better. I understand you're working hard to do better. Then show your daughter that. I think that's the only thing that kind of pisses me off because, the show does have children involved with it as well. And I feel like it just takes us back, just puts women down here when we're out there just behaving like that when you're a mom, that's just how I feel about it. But other than that, the show is off the chain. I was excited throughout the whole thing. It's crazy. I recommend for it to be watched by everyone after your children have been put to bed. Okay.
I love it. All right. So let's get into some combo, man. So we ready. We caught up. Season 1 to season 2. And shout out to Danielle. I was throwing her comments up on the screen. She said, thanks for the shout out. Love your reviews. And also Iris is awesome.
Oh, thank you. That was very kind of you, Danielle. Thank you so much.
Look at you. Already got stalkers. I'm like, these are all jokes. All right. So we are as a cosign, Iris, I 1000% agree with you. It's nothing more embarrassing in this show and in a lot of shows is this display of the worst mindsets within the community. You know what I'm saying? Like where you have these kids that were raised in these broken homes and the over sexualization of everything becoming a prominent. It's like the everyday, all day. All of these, like, I am not a fan of the okay and period. No, I don't like that corny ass shit. I don't like none, especially like when I saw the daughter in episode 6 do that, it made my skin crawl. It's like it's one thing if your child is reading above her reading level and she's a genius and then she's intermixing, she can speak proper English and interact with people and then mix a little something every now and then. Like heard it with her little female friends, but like whatever language my parents used when I was a kid, I knew what I could not reference and what would get my face slapped off if I were to speak a certain way. There's adult language and there's a language that I'm told to speak. And the thing I despise is how we've erased the space between what is appropriate for children and what is appropriate for adults. And then the argument always de-evolves immediately into, well, you know, if you don't want your kids saying it, you shouldn't say it. It's like, no, like you need to learn the difference between what is adult and what is child. And a child needs to understand the space that they occupy. You know, not saying that that's like saying, well, a kid should just be able to be the same thing as an adult. No, you are a child. There is a time and place for you to be grown. But for right now, you a kid, stay in a kid's place. You know, you can talk like a kid, operate like a kid, and then there's adult stuff that's supposed to be for adults. Now, don't try to tell an adult to not be an adult because a kid is around. No, what an adult should do is edit themselves, should be cognizant of their children, and making appropriate steps to do the thing. So anyway, I'm not trying to turn this into that lecture, but that was definitely something that triggers me on this show. The number two thing is the immaturity. Even though this is a reality, I work in independent music, and Mia is represented every day. Like I see girls just like Mia every freaking day. My DMs are full of girls that don't wear no clothes, nails are super long. Oh, girl, period. And like that's how they talk in your DMs. Like, yo, I'll be like, yeah, I love your song. Like, yo, we'll play it on the show, period, poo. I am. And you be like, yo, oh my God. Like, talk like a normal adult. Like, how do you, who is dating you and wanting to marry you with all of this? It's like the costume isn't a costume. You've turned your costume into who you really are. And you don't have your own individual identity. I feel like that is what makes me love this show, is because you get to see how Mia and her friends have become these caricatures of themselves and don't see the destruction that they're creating over and over and over again. At the end of episode 6, she gets into the huge argument with her baby daddy. And he's 100% right.
Word.
100% right. Not necessarily about the whole you playing in my face and all that. I think that's just both of them being immature. But the component of, yo, the way you're moving is crazy and reckless. Yo, the reputation that I have is being ruined by your decision making. You're going out and doing a bunch of crazy stuff. And he's trying to say, you don't even know what you're doing. You don't have a plan. You're just literally getting it all
out there.
Throwing your ass out there and just fumbling from one situation to the next with no regard for anything. And she's so emotional, she's so in her own head that she doesn't even want to listen to him. Even like every time she keeps, when she's not around him, when she around her homegirls, is he's a loser. He ain't nothing. But then every time you in a tight spot, you calling his phone. You asking him to solve a problem, but you don't want to give him no respect, which is crazy. How he's such a loser, but every time you need something, you on the phone. Can you watch the baby? Can you give me some free beats? Can you give me some studio time? Can you give me some money? Can you come do this? And he's been capitulating time and time again. And every time you've reached out emotionally saying, yo, I want to connect with you, I miss you, he's like, all right. And like, you can't get mad at that man for you doing the ultimate disrespect. You call him, you tell him you want him to come out, whether you meant it or not. That's not even the point. Don't tell, somebody you have a child with, there's a point where y'all got to stop playing. If you saying you want to see me and why don't you come out here, it could be good for you. And this man rearranges his whole life and scrapes together the money to fly out. And then you cancel on him last minute. You think he's not going to be like, that's the ultimate disrespect.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't want to give the whole story away, but this was like a really come to a head moment where she's finally hitting that brick wall. Because I really feel like Shauna hit the brick wall with the situation with the one dude, you know what I mean? The other shit brick wall with thank you. You know what I mean? With the murder, death, kill, homicide.
Right.
And she's just kind of been, so now she didn't hit her brick wall. And now it's going to come down to what? We all going to maneuver back to we don't know whether or not he's gay, Mr. Shady producer guy that will make you all of the promises in the world. And what's so sad is that they both got the tea to figure out what's going on with the boy, but these girls don't even know how to communicate with each other to be like, yo, I just found out that, Shorty is going to go rock with these other people. They should be talking to each other to figure out how they could play old boy because he's playing the hell out of them. Mm-hmm. He's in a situation where he probably lost her. He lost his artist. The white girl probably left. And he's trying to figure out, shit, what's my next move? Who I can latch onto real quick and I can come up off of a bag. They in a perfect position. All he had to do was say, well, I ain't never want to work with Shorty in the first place. This is my home girl. Yo, let's get it on. And he could easily throw some records together with them and then sell them off to a label to get some bread and screw them in the process. But I feel like these girls are so in a tailspin that, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be, they have a potential to do something great if they work together, if they communicate, if they buckle down, if they get serious. And I ain't just talking about doing Insta Live videos, which that was another thing that annoyed me at the beginning of the episode. But anyway, let me shut the hell up. Iris, Eddie, anybody take it away. I'm sorry, I don't mean to overtalk it.
But I think honestly, like we talked about last time, how they weren't doing anything. They were just kind of sitting in the moment and they weren't taking advantage of their opportunities to move forward. And then I find it funny this very next episode, they're at least trying to get on the live and they're saying we got to make some more music, so I was pleased that I think because the show is so short, we're gonna get what we're looking for. You're gonna get that communication on the next episode, and we're like, damn it, it's happening real time. We want it right now. Like, why y'all take so long to get there? And it's frustrating us. But I do think they're going to put 2 and 2 together and talk. And I believe it's exactly what you said. I believe your boy Francois got kicked to the curb and he's trying to play it like he didn't really want to rock with her no more. And he's going to try and take advantage of them, get all these things going. And then they still end up broke at the end of the day while he walks away with the bag. I think that's what he's trying to do. And then, Mia in that situation, all he was saying is just don't do it in my face. And she acting like, well, you doing it to me, taking it. And I hate that. But that again, everything Iris, you said about the parenting, everything you said, Jay, about the emotion, about the way we represented, it is so accurate. And that's what makes this show so great, because this is exactly who people are. This is exactly why they can't move forward. This is exactly why it's be messy. Because the people really do think like this, and they mess up opportunities because they get emotional. They don't stop and think. They don't stop and evaluate. Okay, hold on. I'm not trying to disrespect you, but this is how I feel. It's just like, I'm mad, so I'm gonna say something hurtful. I'm gonna act like I don't hear you, even though I know you're 100% right. And it's crazy, but that's why I'm gonna continue to watch this show all the way through to see where it falls. But I honestly think that. Everything you said was spot on. I don't think that Francis is really gonna try. I think he got dropped by the girl, and I think that they're gonna figure that out in the next episode.
Word, I'm 1000% with you on that, Iris.
Yeah. So just to add, just the character dynamic between Shauna and Mia. Like you stated before, they do not communicate well to each other with what's going on, how they're feeling. Hey, this is the moves we got to make together. Let's not make any decisions or talk to anybody without each other being present. And I think their biggest and most stupidest move is dealing with whatever his name is, Francois. Whatever the hell he's calling himself. Like, he screams, brother that can't be trusted. Like, stop. He tried y'all during the tour.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to continue trying, y'all. And you think just because that Raina chick ain't there no more, that he's not going to fuck you guys over? You're stupid. Come on now.
That's a fact. I mean, like, they definitely need to be spending time. And this goes back to what we said in the last episode, Eddie. Like, they need to be writing songs. They need to be getting in the studio. And even now they're presenting the problem of, man, we need beats. We ain't got beats. It's like, all right, at least Shauna was trying. Hey, I told dudes to DM me stuff. It's not been quality, but it's cool. But it seemed like everybody else focused on everything else except for the business. But everybody keeps saying how this is the business. If this is the business, then why the fuck you don't tell your homegirls to get the hell out and y'all siphon through these beats and figure out something? You know what I'm saying? Why don't y'all start doing what the manager chick is doing? Like the manager chick should have took Shauna and Mia to that. They should have went out and been at the event
together. Yeah,
they would have made way more progress in that situation. For them to be all like so concerned with their little individual bullcrap. Yeah, I definitely feel that. And then one last scene I'm gonna be upset about, and then I'm gonna shut up. Is Shauna wanting to roll up on old boy because of something he said on Instagram.
Right.
That whole conversation was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, both of them supposed to be hurting and feeling some kind of way, whatever. But at the end of the day, what conclusion did we come to? Did you just say, yo, if you take the charge and go down, I got you if I blow up?
Yeah,
Did you really
basically. And you saw the exhale she took when she was hugging him. She was playing him just to make sure he takes it all. She's playing that dude.
Like super hard.
And he said 15 months. I said to myself,
that's it.
You tripping about 15 months? Nigga, I'd take that shit on. Hey, bro, I mean, I'd have went to my cousin that I was beefing with, and I would have told the nigga off the break, hey, I'm going to take this. But before I go, I need you to put X in my account. Yo, we going to set up an offshore or something. I'm going to take all of this. I would have gone to both of them.
I better take care of my commissary.
We're going to have a meeting right now. Look. Yo, you need to make sure you do X, and you need to make sure you do X. And I want X before I leave. And I'm taking this 15, and then this gonna be deaded. You know what I mean? And like if I hear y'all running y'all mouth, or if you don't look out for me while I'm gone, when I come back, I'm hunting your ass down like roaches, my nigga. And I'm stomping you out. Like seriously, like I'm willing to take the charge, get this shit done with, and y'all stop this petty infighting. This is stupid. Y'all making my life stressful. And Shorty, give me some head. You give me some pizza and get me ready to get up out of here. Shit, look, I'm gonna tell Shorty, we have a sex fest before I leave. Before I go, every day, 3 times a day. You know, I want videos.
That ready.
Hell yeah. What the hell? What else? Hey, he said 15 months. I literally said it out loud. I said, nigga, 15 months.
Yeah, I know.
I'm scared.
Homie was crying. I was like, damn.
I said, that's a year and 3 months. That's a year. But I had to realize, nigga, you old. Shut up, Jay. When you 40-something, a year ain't nothing. But when you 20, you feel like that's a lifetime. Oh, yeah. You don't even want to sign a cell phone contract because they got 2 years on it. Oh, 2 whole years. Like, now I'm like, yo, in a 2-year contract, I'd be pumped. Hell yeah, nigga, give me that. You know what I mean?
But I mean, if he's good, he only got to do 75% of the time. And if you're doing less than a year, you do it in the county jail. He's not going to prison. That's cake, man.
It's not like he's going with the lifers. You know, he'll be Italian like Gen Pop or whatever. But
crazy, super crazy. Like that was to me the most. Like if he had said like, I'd have been like, I would have been on his side if he said, man, I might have to do 5 to 10 out this bitch.
Right.
I'd have been like, I'm with you. All right, I'm scared too.
Right.
That's a lot.
15 months.
The deal is for 15 months. I said, nigga, take that. Take that.
He's scared though. He thinks he's too pretty.
But listen,
nigga, you in the gym boxing? You ain't acting like you ain't a little bitch. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, but you know one thing he was constantly telling Shauna is that she was safe. So I really don't like the way she's been like going about anything from the moment that she found out there was an investigation. You know, he had his suspicion because his homeboy, his cousin, whatever was in his ear, but he still kept telling her she was safe. Like he told his homeboy too, like you safe. Why are you tripping? I'm the one that's got to do the time. And so I still am pissed that they even had to have that conversation because she took some shit the wrong way on this live. Like she should have understood. Like this dude has the police haven't rolled up on you anymore since then. You're not looking at any time. So no matter if he tried to record it, whatever, for the wrong reasons, you still good right now. Police didn't roll up on you. So I hate that she had to roll up on them like that, and they had to have that dumbass conversation.
Nah, I definitely feel you on that. And lastly but not leastly, what is all this? Yo, niggas made this whole situation out like it was some detrimental shit to even a point where the cousin talking about he gonna kill the other cousin, and I'm like, y'all ain't shit, Kane. Y'all doing a credit card scam. Yeah, you doing it for a credit card scam? Like y'all doing too much. I feel like it's just like they was on the Insta Live and the dude in the joint was like, yeah, you going to jail for murder. And they was like,
murder.
Right. Like that, yo, it's like they making it seem so serious. Like I get it being scared and nervous because you had that run-in with the law, you got locked up. Believe me, been there, done that. You know what I mean? Did a week in jail over a lapse of insurance coverage. Believe me, the government shit is fucked up. But dead ass. But like in the reality of it all, at the end of the day, like, yo, just get it over with, get it done with. You know who got a real problem? Shorty, who uncle just blazed the shit out of a nigga. That's a real problem.
Yeah, that's gonna be a real problem.
That's right. Chastity's uncle, yes, or Duke, whatever they call her.
That's a problem. Like, not only do you have the potential of getting caught, you got retaliation, you got these goofy ass bitches that you running around with, they ain't acting right, and you trying to figure out a train. That's a real problem. Shauna ain't got a problem. You know what Shauna's problem is? Is a coochie hot, and she can't keep it in her goddamn pants. And she connect her coochie with her emotions. So every time she gets feeling sad, she need to go jump on that nigga dick. And then just like, yo, sit down somewhere, yo, for 5 minutes. Like, Jesus. Like, you know what I mean? She act, and that's another thing that annoys me about her. You act like you are an orphan. You got a whole family at home. Mom, dad under the same roof with a little sister. The hell you doing sleeping on this goofy ass girl couch? Take your ass home. Yes, you gonna have to hear that nagging, but grow the fuck up. Get your shit together. Go get you a job, or if you really want to be about the studio and this business, get into the game, bro. Dig deep into the game. You know what I mean? In a business wise, and stop going to every session. This is what girls get themselves caught up. Stop being pretty blinking at every dude in the studio. God damn. Then you get mad because don't nobody want to take you serious. Y'all done shagged like 4 dudes out of the crew.
Yeah.
Nobody look at you as anything different.
Yeah.
This is a prime example of how can y'all get mad and demand that men treat you better, but y'all celebrate this time. This is y'all celebrating whole culture, and then you're exhibiting it in your everyday life.
Yeah. And then you want to be like, oh, niggas ain't shit. Like, what are you talking about? Look how you behave. Look how you carry your clica.
Exactly. And
it's open to the world.
And I'm not saying that you got to be a saint and that you got to be a virgin. I'm not saying that at all. But if the studio is a place of business, come on, bro, keep it that way. If this is the space you want to get respect in, then wouldn't it make more sense to conduct yourself in a certain way so that people will respect you? And look, if you are truly interested in that person, keep it on the low. I would have respected if Shorty had like slid to do the number at the end of the session and then like, yo, let's go out to dinner. But it's just been like they meet the guy, they go right home with him. Like,
yeah.
And on a personal level, I love every lady that has done that for me, and I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But let's be real. The chicks I was shagging wasn't trying to be rappers. You know what I'm saying? Or producers or even in the industry. They was just in the room drunk and they wanted some dick. So thank y'all. And I love you guys. And if you want to do it to me again, let me know. But all those people that are trying to make this a career move, come on, bro. We gotta do something. We gotta start moving differently. You know what I'm saying? So that we can bring out better results. I feel like this is once again a great show. You're talking about indie music. I wish that we had a male counterpart version of this in this show, meaning that like there was like a parallel journey with like a male independent rapper who was trying to come up, and then we could kind of see the differences between how he moves and then how, you know, the girls move. Not necessarily I'm trying to show light and dark, but just a different experience. You know what I'm saying? All right, next question, most important question. Favorite character out of rap shit? Most hated version out of character out of rap shit, and I'll make it easy for you. Just the 6th episode. Who was your MVP and who was the worst?
Okay, so just for this episode, my favorite person is actually gonna be Chastity, the manager.
Okay.
Okay, she feels this woman has got the connection she need with the Spotify, and that woman is throwing it at her, and she's trying to keep it. She's trying to keep it professional. She's trying, because I can tell she like, oh, she want to slip into that and roll with it, and eventually she does give in. But I respected the fact that she was trying to, and she was also trying to keep her shielded from what she really does out in the world, because she really wanted that respect, which is exactly what you just got to talk about. Like if you're gonna get yours, we understand everybody got itches that need to be scratched. I mean, yeah, itches need to be scratched, but let's try and be professional about it. And I thought Chastity was probably getting the most progress, whether she would have slept with that chick or not. I still think she got the first, because both Shauna and Mia's options we know are dead ends now. We know Francois done, and we know Baby Daddy is like, don't ask me for no beats, don't come to no studio, you get the fuck out. So for me, it's got to be Chastity, and then worse for me would have to be Mia, because Mia, as you see, her child is just a tool for gossip, and she's also just she treats her like a chore. Like, can you come get this baby so I can go to LA? Can you come get this baby so I can go to the studio? Whatever. And she don't even want to play with her kids. She like, can we be done already? Like her character, right? And then she knows it was sloppy with the LA shit. And when her baby daddy called it out 100%, she act like he was trippy out. So that's what the LA shit was about. You fucking this dude. And she was like, "Oh, nigga, you stupid! You just scared, you scared, whatever." She acted like he was so wrong, and that burned me. It triggered me, because there's so many people out there like that I've encountered that they just don't want to admit what. Okay, you know what? My bad. I misstepped. I fucked up. They got to turn it back on you and play the victim. So she's Mia is the worst for me.
All right, Iris.
Okay. Well, Eddie kind of mentioned my most hated character. So I'll probably just mention my second most hated character, who was a minor character, that pregnant hoe. Yeah. How you gonna come up basically talking about, oh, you can do tricks and all types of shit, and your ass is pregnant? No, bitch, you're dirty. Stop. What you need to do is take your ass back home and be at home practicing your Lamaze, because you look like you about to drop. Stop. Like, I feel like that scene was just so ugly. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there are women out there that are like that are still turning tricks, and you're pregnant. And it's like, do you not realize the damage that is doing to your child? Like, and it's not even born yet. You're already fucking it up from the inside. It's not even outside yet. Like, I don't know. You know what? Because I'm a mom, and it's just the negligence of children triggers me, because I love my baby. Not that I'm perfect, because kids don't come with manuals, but damn.
True. I would say my MVP character is the baby daddy, Mia's baby daddy. I'm proud of him for moving on, finding a more loving and stable partner. Him focusing on his music and focusing on his career, and shutting down Mia at every turn. When she's trying to bait, because let's be real, all she be trying to do is bait that nigga so that she can use him. And he finally came to a system and finally came to his senses and said, I'm not doing this no more with you. And for real, Mia needed that. Needed him to get in her ass and kick her ass out. And like tell her what it really was, man. Like, she's been getting away with this, and she has no accountability partners. That is she has zero accountability partners. It's like there's always support in every bad decision that she makes, and I feel like that is so crazy. Like how that is happening is beyond me. But shout out to her, shout out to him for that. I would have to say we all agreeing that Mia is the worst character, even though everybody kind of seems to love her. But I love the fact that on this review show, we are all adults and we're saying no.
Yeah, no. I got a sister act just like her. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. I got more than one sister, so y'all can just figure that out.
All right.
Let's not talk about family. Let's not talk about family.
I would also like to say, if there's anybody that would be honorable mention, that beautiful young lady that got naked in the in one of the last scenes for that love scene. You should have stayed with your natural breasts, but I'm not mad. The fact that you were willing to show those big fake balloon looking things to the world, shout out to you. So with that being said, is there anything else? Oh, any predictions for the rest of the season now that we kind of seeing things? Do we feel like somebody's going to jail by the end of season 2?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy probably definitely going to jail.
Yeah, Unc is out.
I think Uncle end up dead. Uncle end up dead in the streets.
Either that or getting locked up.
I think Uncle's probably going to get killed. I don't think. I still feel like Shauna is going to go down for this because I don't trust Boy. She's consistent. He isn't. He been flip flopping the whole ever since it went down, and I don't trust him. And as much as he's supposed to be the stable kind of like I'm the man, I'm stable. He just seemed to be like one of these bitch ass niggas that like he subject to his emotions. And like he's so and like for you to be so scared about something as minuscule as that, yeah, you're gonna end up throwing Shauna under the bus or something like that. And I feel like Shauna and Mia are all right. This is what I hope. I hope that in the next episode they get old boy in his place and then go into the studio and get some records done. And I hope that the deal happens. But it's a TV show. The day of the signing, they supposed to get the deal. Something dumb gonna happen. Like one of them go to jail or something like that. Or they sign the paperwork, they walk out the door, and then boom, they slap the cuffs on Shauna or something dumb like that. You know what I'm saying? And then like it would be super interesting to see Mia take off and you know, like there being like a situation where the baby dad gotta like come back to her, and then she's kind of like, well, no, nigga, don't talk to me, and it's just kind of like, bitch, you was wrong. So because she never, once again, it's accountability thing. So she's still gonna try to torture him after the fact. Anytime she can dig back at him, and I feel like that's the problem of their relationship is like they've never gotten to a place of just partnership. Hey, we're not going to be lovers anymore. We're not going to try to attempt this relationship anymore. Let's just be partners for the best of the child. So, and I feel like they're going to run that into the ground. But, you know, that's just where I'm at right now. All righty then. Well, that's it, sir.
I think you touched on something that's probably, after hearing it out loud, I think is exactly what's going to happen. I think they're going to get to the point where they're finally going to get a legitimate deal. And they're about to really ready to make some moves. They probably just signed. And right after that, the handcuffs going to be slapped on her.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like the Sylvester Stallone show he had where he was out in Oklahoma. You know, after all that success at the end,
yeah,
you slap the handcuffs on her. I'll be like, oh, and that's how it ends.
And it's a perfect setup for season 3. Because Shauna goes to jail. Season 3 starts with her coming out and her being bigger than ever because the social media goes crazy.
Street cred.
Yeah.
She go to jail. They got her coming out of jail. Mia sending a private jet for. Like, it's that whole quintessential nigga shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do niggas love? Yo, free Shauna. Yo, she the realest. And, oh, she was really the real artist and the real rapper. And look, it's even funnier because Mia could be having success, but could be struggling. Because while Shauna's in jail, she might be great at special appearances and doing features, but then like they be like trying to push Mia to do an album, but she can't write as fast. Or she's just not as good as writing. So it's kind of like, damn, I need Shauna. So as much as Mia be like on her, like, I don't need you, bitch, but you really kind of need your girl. Like, you know what I mean? Because now, even though you might have the stardom, Shauna got the credibility. So now she got the writer's credibility, and now she got nigga street credibility, which is kind of like that 1-2 punch that could make it lit. So like, man, rap shit could, if done right, rap shit could be crazy for season 3. I feel like they are in a good space. I like that little introduction of the out for the manager, bringing that new thing to the table. And I'm gonna laugh at every scene that those two women are in a scene together, because Shorty, the manager chick, so doesn't know how to handle relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trying to finesse Shorty, but I feel like she's gonna fall in love with her while she's trying to finesse. And
that's how it go.
Yo, shout out to DJ Jesse Jess, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Do you watch rap shit? And what do you think of it if you do? So anyway, all right. I think we've had a pretty good show, bro.
Absolutely.
Sir. All right. So what are we having to look forward to?
All right. This Thursday. Let me pull it up. Because we're back. We got to get back into the holiday spirit of things. So let me make sure I got it. We're watching on Thursday, we're gonna review Genie. That's the holiday movie with what is that? With Melissa McCarthy? Yeah.
Is that the one we chose?
Yeah. Yeah, Melissa McCarthy, Genie, and then Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights is the retro film.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. So make sure y'all tune in 8 p.m. for that Thursday. Don't forget Tuesday is Indie Show Tuesday, so they're doing their Christmas episode. You know what I mean? So y'all make sure y'all tune in 8 p.m. for that. Don't forget Black Nerd Podcast comes on at 6 p.m. tonight. So make sure y'all tap in. And some Aries Lounge is coming. So like y'all just I'm not gonna tell y'all when it's gonna happen. Just
be on the lookout.
Facts. Be on sign up for the YouTube channel, VVC Life. Also, follow us on Instagram. We are now doing Instagram lives. We're Instagram live in the show. So that people on Instagram can kind of get a taste of what we do. And then we try to bring them over. And then also on Facebook Live. So please follow these wonderful people on social media. Irresistible Bites _Iris at Movie Lingo. And don't forget the janitor. So with that being said, we love y'all. We're going to check y'all next time. This is real.
To plug that commercial.
And you goddamn right. Let's get to this game. Gamer Girl magazine coming out. I'm about to get my copy this week.
Yo.
Are you out of your mind, sir?
I am.
Yo, you need to edit that ASAP, bro.
Oh, I didn't know you was gonna be on Instagram Live. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna be on YouTube, man. You can't.
Man, that ain't long enough. Man, you know how much stuff come through on TikTok that show more than that. Please,
this is YouTube
on Instagram too.
They will erase.
I promise.
I ain't saying I don't give a fuck about Instagram. YouTube. They will erase this entire account over that nipple.
All right.
And put some words in it, man. Come on, say something in the joint. Tell people why.
No. If you want to do an audio, send it to me. That's what you're getting. If you want, that's how I'll promote it.
I'm getting percentages now. All right, cool. That's what's up. All right. If I had to do your marketing, I want percentages.
All right.
So, all right. With that being said, also make sure y'all tap in. The Black Watch Theater just went through. That shit was crazy. Blank Man episode. Sign up on that Patreon, patreon.com/VVC Life. As low as $5 you can get in. And that way you can enjoy a lot of our extra content that we got going on. We will check y'all. You good, Iris?
Yeah.
I was like, she looked like she was losing it. I was like, what's going on? You all right? We're going to check y'all next time. Be safe. Peace.
No ticket.